Imagine this. It's the year 1350, and you're a medieval peasant. Outside, the snow is piling up in towering drifts. The wind howls like a pack of wolves, and the temperature plunges so low that even your breath freezes in the air. You have no central heating, no insulated clothes, and no grocery store down the road. How would you survive? Today, we'll uncover the incredible ways medieval peasants not only survived, but thrived during the harshest winters in history, using ingenuity, community, and sheer willpower. Get ready to step into their world and discover the secrets of survival against all odds. Winter in the Middle Ages was a matter of life and death. Without modern heating, insulated homes, or easy access to food, peasants faced unimaginable challenges. But they didn't just survive, they adapted, innovated, and found ways to thrive even in the coldest months. In this video, we'll explore their homes, clothing, food, and community strategies, and uncover the fascinating ways they lived and endured the harsh winters of the medieval era. Housing and insulation. Let's start with where they lived. Medieval peasants didn't have the luxury of central heating or insulated walls. Their homes were simple, made of wood, mud, and straw. But these humble cottages were surprisingly effective at keeping the cold out. The walls were thick, often packed with straw or clay for insulation, and the roofs were thatched, which provided natural warmth. Inside, the floors were dirt or stone, covered with rushes or straw for a bit of comfort. Picture this: a family of 6 huddling together in a single room, their breath visible in the freezing air. In one corner, a fire burns in the hearth, the heart of the home. But here's the twist. Sometimes they shared their space with livestock. Cows, chickens, or even pigs would be brought inside for the winter. While it might sound strange to us, the animals provided extra warmth and were safer from predators. Clothing and layering. Next, let's talk about what they wore. Medieval peasants didn't have access to modern fabrics like polyester or fleece. Instead, they relied on wool and linen. Wool was especially important because it trapped heat even when wet. Peasants wore multiple layers: tunics, cloaks, mittens, and leggings, all patched and repaired to last through many winters. Imagine a young peasant girl named Agnes, shivering as she helps her mother spin wool into thread. Her hands are cold, but she knows this wool will soon become a warm cloak for her father. Every piece of clothing was handmade, often passed down through generations. Footwear was made of leather, stuffed with straw or fur to keep their feet warm. But even with all these layers, winters were still harsh. Frostbite and illness were constant threats. What is frostbite? A medical condition that occurs when a part of the body, especially the fingers, feet, nose, or ears, is exposed to extreme cold, snow, or freezing air for a prolonged period. Food and storage. Surviving winter also meant having enough food to last through the cold months. Peasants worked hard in the fall to harvest and store grains, vegetables, and meat. They used techniques like smoking, salting, and drying to preserve meat. Root vegetables like turnips, onions, and cabbages were stored in cool, dark cellars. And let's not forget about ale. It was a staple drink, often brewed at home, and provided much-needed calories. Let's take a journey to a small village in 14th century England. It's late autumn, and the entire village is busy preparing for winter. Men are slaughtering pigs and salting the meat, while women are drying herbs and storing grains in large barrels. Children are sent to gather firewood and nuts from the forest. Everyone knows that if they don't prepare now, they won't survive the winter. One bad harvest could mean starvation, community, and fire. Finally, community played a huge role in survival. Villages were tightly knit, and everyone relied on each other for support. Fire was the heart of their survival. Peasants relied on hearths for cooking and warmth. They burned wood, peat, or even dried animal dung when resources were scarce. But fire wasn't just practical. It was also social. Families would gather around the hearth to share stories, sing songs, and keep their spirits high during the long, dark nights. Imagine a cold winter's night in a small village. The snow is falling outside, but inside a cottage, a family gathers around the fire. The father tells a story of a brave knight, while the mother mends a torn cloak. The children listen, their faces glowing in the firelight. Outside, the village is quiet, but inside, the warmth of the fire and the strength of the community keep them going. This was the reality of medieval life, harsh, but filled with moments of connection and resilience. The story of how medieval peasants survived freezing winters is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. Despite the challenges, they found ways to adapt, innovate, and support one another. Their lives remind us of the power of community and the importance of preparation. If you enjoyed this deep dive into medieval history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating stories from the past. Let me know in the comments, what other aspects of medieval life would you like to explore? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.